Welcome back to Dice at Dusk. Tonight we'll be talking about Bigfoot vs Yeti, a 2 to 4 player card game by Shoot Again Games. Bigfoot vs Yeti is a rummy-style card game where you're going to be trying to prove that Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster and cryptids like that are real. And you do this by mounting and joining expeditions. Like I said, it's a rummy-style card game, so that is how you will be mounting and joining these expeditions. So like in rummy, a player's turn will start by drawing a card. Then you're going to be trying to lay down at least 3 cards of a matching type. So 3 of the Bigfoot cards, or 3 of the Loch Ness Monster, or Jersey Devil, or any of the cryptids that are in this game. You can also lay down a card on somebody else's expedition. So you'll be joining their expedition by laying down a card matching one of their expeditions. There are also cards in here called phenomenon cards or proof cards. These are action cards. Now you can only lay down 1 action card per turn, but these can be very helpful where, like a phenomenon card like crop circles, where you can draw 2 cards from the unknown, or you can retrieve a card from the tabloids. Now the unknown and the tabloids are just the decks that you're drawing from and you're discarding to. So the unknown is obviously the unknown deck, the deck that you don't know what's in and you are drawing from it. And when you discard into tabloids. And it's a pretty neat little mechanism they have going on with the tabloids for scoring, but I'll get to that in a second. So yeah, these phenomenon cards will allow you to do things like that. Now the proof cards are like blurry photo cards, which can be used on any expedition or to join or mount any expedition. And these signify that blurry photo that you see in a newspaper or on the internet of maybe it was Bigfoot or maybe it was a Loch Ness Monster. And they also have proof cards for each individual thing or each individual cryptid. So like the Jersey Devil has the skull, and it's something that you're bringing to your expedition that gives you more points and just helps prove the case, and that's why it is worth more points. So all of these cards and most of the regular expedition cards are just worth 2 points, and these proof cards are worth more. However, you have the phenomenon cards, which aren't worth anything, but they're one of those things that you're just going to use and get the ability from. But that's what you're going to be doing in this game. You're going to be drawing, mounting, or joining, and then discarding. And when somebody's out of cards, then that would be the end of the round, and then everybody would tally up their score. Now, scoring is a little bit different in this game, and it probably can be a little taxing when you do this, because you're going to be going through the tabloids. So these cards that you're discarding are going into the tabloids, and the tabloids are like the newspapers that you read, and you see like woman marries Bigfoot in Oklahoma, or man swimming with Loch Ness Monster in his pond, something like that you're gonna read, and it's just gonna discredit your expedition. So all of these cards in the tabloids that match an expedition that you are you have mounted or joined, they're going to take away points from you. So if you had the most points for the Loch Ness Monster expedition, and all of these Loch Ness Monster cards are in the tabloids, then they're going to start taking away those points from you. So it's important to keep the expeditions that you're mounting out of the tabloids, and that is where you can use those phenomenon cards and certain abilities that these cards have. That's another thing I want to talk about, is the abilities that the cards have. So if you join or mount an expedition, then you can use the ability on the card. For example, if you were to mount or join an expedition for the Mothman, then you can draw 3 cards from from the unknown, pick one, and then put the other two back in any order. And all of these have that special ability. Now, the scoring for Bigfoot versus Yeti is a little bit different. So, the battle between Bigfoot versus Yeti is going on between all the players. And you're going to be mounting and joining these Bigfoot and Yeti expeditions, but you're only going to score the expedition that has the most points. So if you're mounting this Yeti expedition and then somebody else is mounting a Bigfoot expedition, then you're hoping that the Yeti expeditions and everybody joining in is going to have more points than that Bigfoot expedition, because then your Yeti expedition will, at the end of the round, will score and the Bigfoot expedition will not. But overall, that is this game. Simple rummy style card game that really you can bring to the table and teach just about anybody to play. If you've ever played rummy, or if you know people that have ever played rummy, just having beers around the table one night, this might be a good game for you to bring to them to try to get them into something a little bit more with a theme. You know, you have more than just a deck of cards. You have somewhat of a theme here that you can, push on, and hopefully I like to try to bring more people into this hobby, and that's what I really like about a game like this that uses that type of game where you're just taking things from games that people already know. And overall, it is a good game. I don't think that somebody that is looking for a real in-depth game is going to want to play something like this. It's really light and quick, and it's not really something that you're going to put a lot of time into, or even, I'm not going to say you're not going to put a lot of thought into it, because the abilities that you have on these cards, they can affect, how you play and your strategy of playing. But it's not like some of the more heavy Euro games, something like that it's not going to give you that feel. But I do think it is a good game to pick up for just a filler game, or trying to get people into this hobby of playing games. Overall, the artwork is really nice. I love the theme, the whole Bigfoot and Yeti battle, and trying to prove that these cryptids are alive and real. And the theme really does it plays well in this type of game. But that's Bigfoot versus Yeti. Make sure you tell me in the comments below if you think you'll like it, or you're going to recommend it to somebody. Make sure you check out dice@dusk.com for reviews, articles, and the events that we're holding. And check us out on social media and follow us on social media. Keep in touch with us. Let us interact a little bit. But until next time, play more games.